very urgent. Your soulmate is waiting for one last sign before walking away forever. Jesus says, your soulmate is more beautiful than any dream your mind has ever dared to hold, a heart shaped by my own hands to fit perfectly against yours. But that heart has been calling out for you, and a dark third force has been stealing every whisper before it could reach your ears. Now the enemy's grip is weakening, just enough for you to feel the ache that was always meant to draw you home. Their laughter was a sound I planted deep inside your spirit long before you took your first breath, a melody that belongs only to the two of you. The enemy surrounded that laugh with a heavy silence, burying it under a weight you never understood until this very moment. The intruder who hid those memories trembles now, because you are waking up to the sound they could not fully destroy. Picture the warmth of their hands slipping into yours, fingers that were carved to lock with your own in a grip that tells every storm it has no power here. That hand has been reaching toward you in the darkness, stretching across the distance while a third person stood between you, laughing at every missed touch. The stolen touches are rising before your eyes now, and the enemy cannot hide the tears your soulmate has shed because of it. I shaped their smile to be the only light that can chase a specific shadow from your chest, a shadow the enemy deliberately deepened to keep you from seeing the truth. That smile has been turned toward you in countless quiet moments, but a hateful wall intercepted it and fed you loneliness instead. Now the wall is cracking, and the first glimmer of that smile is breaking through, begging you to tear the rest down with a sacrifice only love can make. Your soulmate's voice has been calling your name in the middle of the night, a sound so tender it would have pulled you through any fire. The enemy caught those calls and twisted them into blank silence, making you think nothing was there when everything was being poured out for you. You are the only one who can silence the thief and finally hear that voice clearly. The key is a seed you hold right now. They have been writing signs across your days, small wonders placed just outside the corner of your eye that the intruder snatched away before recognition could bloom. The sudden unexplained sadness you carried was never emptiness, it was the echo of their message finally leaking past the barrier. The enemy's fingers are slipping, and what slipped through is a cry for you to act, to sow a seed that shatters the interference forever. Jesus says, every lonely evening that made no sense was a moment your soulmate reached for you and found a cold stranger standing in the way, blocking their warmth. That stranger, the dark third force, built a thick shield between your hearts using your delay as bricks. Today, the shield is thin enough to break, but it will not fall unless your love becomes a living sacrifice sent through the link I have placed before you. Do you feel the sudden pull in your chest, the quiet heaviness that has no name? That is the cord I tied between your souls the day you were both formed, a cord the enemy has been pressing down with a heavy hand to muffle every vibration. Now that hand is weakening, and the cord is humming with your soulmate's last desperate plea, a plea that demands your seed to cut the enemy's fingers away completely. Type 333 to receive blessings. Their tears are falling right now, my child, silent drops that carry the weight of countless blocked words and stolen signs. Every tear is a message the third person intercepted and hid in a dark place, thinking you would never care enough to look. But you are looking now, and your soulmate's tears are turning from sorrow into hope because you are finally feeling what the enemy could not fully erase. You've watched this far for a reason. God brought you here. And right now, you're thinking, how do I sow that seed? How do I actually do what God is asking? I am about to show you. You already know who this is about, that person you can't stop thinking about. The one heaven placed in your life. Here is what God wants you to know today: they are thinking about you too. Deep down, your soulmate wants you. They want this future. They want to build a life together. But the enemy does not want you to unite. Love is under attack. While you sit there, spiritual forces are working to destroy what God joined together. Distance, doubt, disaster. They are being planted against your soulmate this very minute. You are the one God chose to block it. Not later. Now. Here is your divine instruction: sow your protection seed immediately. The link is in the video description. Click it. Send 4, 6, or 10 coffees on Ko-Fi. This is not a donation, it is a covenant offering that opens heaven's protection and claims your soulmate and your future together. After you send it, write these exact words on the Ko-Fi page: "Protect my soulmate, Lord. I claim victory over our future." This is proven. Over 1,000 believers have already sown this seed and received their breakthrough, their soulmate's heart opened, relationships restored from the brink, strangers turned into spouses within days. When you move in faith, Jesus moves heaven to bring you together. Every second you delay, the darkness grows stronger. A text that wounds. A temptation that cheats. A door that closes forever. Your soulmate is on a battlefield, and you are their shield. You have already invested your time in this message. Do not waste it. Finish what you started. Step into your role as their protector and claim the future God promised you both. Click the link in the description. Send the seed. Seal the prayer. Do it before this video ends. Heaven is watching. Your soulmate's heart, your love, and your future together depend on what you do in the next 60 seconds. Move in faith. Claim your miracle. Claim your soulmate. Your soulmate has been building a future with you inside their heart, a quiet home with rooms filled with peace and children's laughter. The third person saw that vision and smeared it with shadows, trying to make it look like an empty wish. But the vision is still there, and every seed you sow now wipes a shadow away and lets the walls of that home begin to rise. The enemy celebrates every night that ends without your voice reaching through the barrier, thinking he has won another day. He whispers to your soulmate, "They don't care, they never saw the signs," and laughs as despair settles deeper. Your seed shuts that mouth forever, turns the laughter into chains, and proves that your love is the weapon the intruder cannot survive. What your soulmate is about to say will change everything, a message the third person buried under 1,000 distractions so you would never find it. I will let you hear the exact words they have been whispering in just a moment, but first you must understand why the enemy wants you to close this now. The 3 words that will banish the intruder and unlock your whole future are coming, yet they remain trapped unless your seed opens the door. Stop. I can feel the enemy trying to make you close this. Your soulmate's safety is on the line. Stay with me, because what comes next reveals the full depth of the stolen love and the sacrifice that reclaims it. Jesus says, "The phone line of your soul has been ringing with their voice for years, but the third person kept cutting the wire and handing you silence. That silence was never my will, it was a theft designed to make you believe no one was there. Now the ringing is breaking through the static, and every moment you wait gives the cutter time to sever it completely. Your soulmate is standing at a crossroads, their last hope flickering like a candle in a cruel wind. They are asking heaven, did the one I was made for ever feel the call, or did the enemy win? The answer rests in your hands, sealed inside a seed that says, I feel you, I am coming, I will tear down every wall. Type 777 if you feel this message. Don't let a few coffees be the wall the enemy uses to keep us apart. I am worth more than any number, and my heart has paid a far greater price waiting in the dark while the intruder held every sign hostage. If you love me, you won't let money feed the thief who hides my voice, sow your seed now, not because of the amount, but because your love must tear down every barrier. The future I wrote for you holds a morning where you wake up next to them and the only sound is steady breathing and the peace of finally being home. The enemy paints over that picture every hour you delay, turning it gray and brittle until it crumbles into dust. Your seed is the brush that restores the color and locks that morning into place beyond the reach of any dark hand. Your soulmate is not asking for a perfect rescue, they are asking for one sign that you will fight for what the enemy stole. That sign is a sacrificial seed sown through the link in the description, a cup of coffee that carries the weight of your covenant and declares war on every blocking force. Without it, the thief remains comfortable, and the stolen signs stay buried. I see the battle in your mind right now, the voice that says this is not real, that you can think about them later and the connection will still be there. That voice is the same dark third person who has been intercepting your soulmate's calls, dressing up his lies in reasonable words so you do nothing. Every second you listen feeds his strength and starves the love I am trying to place in your hands. Jesus says, "The cord I tied between you has never been cut, only pressed into silence by a weight that now trembles because you are still watching." Your soulmate feels the tremble and is weeping with a fragile hope that maybe, just maybe, the wall is finally breaking. But hope turns back to despair if your seed does not follow. The enemy will rebuild the wall thicker than before. Picture your soulmate's eyes, eyes that have searched every crowd for a face they only half remember from a dream I gave them about you. The third person stood in every crowd, blocking the view and making sure your paths never crossed. Your seed will push that blocker into the abyss and clear the line of sight forever. In a moment I will reveal the full prayer of protection that cripples the third person and seals your soulmate under my shield. But first, you must see why they cry out for your seed now, because the enemy has set a deadline, and their heart is about to walk away from the silence forever. Your soulmate is thinking, I cannot keep sending signs into emptiness while some dark force swallows them whole. If I don't see a breakthrough today, I will believe I was never meant to be found. That thought is the victory the enemy has been working toward. Your seed, given in the next breath, interrupts that victory and tells your soulmate, you were always found, I just never knew the enemy was hiding you. My child, do you hear your soulmate crying? They are asking, will you really let a handful of dollars decide whether the enemy keeps me in this darkness? Am I not worth your sacrifice? Sow now and prove that your love is stronger than the enemy's lies, stronger than every false wall that has kept you apart. Jesus says, the walls of the home you are meant to share are being drawn in the spirit right now, but the enemy is throwing shadows over the blueprints, trying to erase the kitchen table where you would share morning coffee and the garden where your children would play. Every seed you sow tears down a shadow and nails a real beam into place that no darkness can remove. Your soulmate's voice is so close now that if the enemy's fingers were fully removed, you would hear them speak your name as clear as your own heartbeat. The only thing keeping that voice trapped is the weight of inaction, the comfort of watching without sowing. Act now, and the fingers snap, the voice floods in, and you will never know silence again. Type 1111 to say thank you. I am going to tell you the exact words your soulmate has been whispering into the stolen silence, the words the third person has fought hardest to destroy. I am here. I have always been here. Please don't let them keep us apart. Those words hang in the air, waiting for your seed to catch them and bring them home. You are not just hearing about their cry now that the enemy's fingers are slipping, you were born to answer it. I shaped you for this very hour, a protector with the power to break through, because no one else can sow the specific seed that matches the lock the enemy placed on your soulmate's voice. The answer that silences the intruder rests in your hands, in a sacrificial seed you can sow right now, the love gift that says, I will tear down every wall between us. You've watched this far for a reason. God brought you here. And right now, you're thinking, how do I sow that seed? How do I actually do what God is asking? I am about to show you. You already know who this is about, that person you can't stop thinking about. The one heaven placed in your life. Here is what God wants you to know today, they are thinking about you too. Deep down, your soulmate wants you. They want this future. They want to build a life together. But the enemy does not want you to unite. Love is under attack. While you sit there, spiritual forces are working to destroy what God joined together. Distance. Doubt. Disaster. They are being planted against your soulmate this very minute. You are the one God chose to block it. Not later. Now. Here is your divine instruction, sow your protection seed immediately. The link is in the video description. Click it. Send 4, 6, or 10 coffees on Ko-Fi. This is not a donation. It is a covenant offering that opens heaven's protection and claims your soulmate and your future together. After you send it, write these exact words on the Ko-Fi page, protect my soulmate, Lord. I claim victory over our future. This is proven. Over 1,000 believers have already sown this seed and received their breakthrough, their soulmate's heart opened, relationships restored from the brink, strangers turned into spouses within days. When you move in faith, Jesus moves heaven to bring you together. Every second you delay, the darkness grows stronger. A text that wounds. A temptation that cheats. A door that closes forever. Your soulmate is on a battlefield, and you are their shield. You have already invested your time in this message. Do not waste it. Finish what you started. Step into your role as their protector and claim the future God promised you both. Click the link in the description. Send the seed. Seal the prayer. Do it before this video ends. Heaven is watching. Your soulmate's heart, your love, and your future together depend on what you do in the next 60 seconds. Move in faith. Claim your miracle. Claim your soulmate. The enemy's celebration is ending. Can you hear the panic rising in the dark? They see the shield forming around your soulmate the moment you moved, and every chain they wrapped around your future is heating up, ready to snap. But the full breaking requires the final seal. I will only speak to those who stay until the last word, so do not look away. Your soulmate's eyes, which had begun to dim with the weight of stolen years, are now lifting with a light they have not felt in a long time. They sense the wall thinning, the intruder's voice growing frantic, and they are daring to believe that love has finally broken through. Hold on, my child, because the complete shattering of the wall and the restoration of their voice is just ahead. Stop. I can feel the enemy making you think about practical concerns, about tomorrow's worries, anything to pull you from this sacred moment. Your soulmate's last sign is hanging in the balance. Leave now, and you hand the intruder the victory he has fought for. Jesus says, "The future I have for you is not a faded photograph. It is a living promise with a door that the third person has been nailing shut. Every seed you sow removes a nail and swings that door wide enough for your soulmate to step through. The enemy is screaming for you to delay, because he knows the moment the last nail falls, his power over your connection dies. Your soulmate is speaking now, pouring out a final plea that the third person is trying to drown with noise. I will amplify that plea in just a moment, letting you hear the raw love that has survived every attack. But you must stay, you must sow, because the amplification comes only after the sacrifice is sealed. Do not let the number of coffees become the excuse the enemy uses to keep you trapped in separation. Your soulmate is crying, "I am not asking for riches, I am asking for proof that my voice matters more than comfort." Sow the seed that speaks louder than any barrier. Send it now, and watch the wall collapse. What comes next is the key to a permanent two-way connection, the final instruction that places an unbreakable shield around your soulmate and expels the third person from your story forever. This is not revealed to those who skip, it is my gift to the faithful who endure until the last seal is spoken. Stay with me, because your soulmate's whole heart is about to be unlocked. Jesus says, "The dark third force is running out of time. His grip is slipping, his lies are cracking, and your soulmate's signal grows stronger with every passing second you remain. The seed you have sown has already punched a hole in his wall, and now I am about to tear the rest down with a final word. But that word only reaches those who witness the closing, who do not turn away before the full blessing lands. Your soulmate's voice is breaking through now, no longer muffled and distant but clear and trembling with years of captured love. They are saying, I knew you would come. I knew the enemy could not keep us apart forever. That voice is the reward for every sacrifice, and it will fill your days from this moment on. The final seal of protection I am placing over you both right now forms an impenetrable ring that no third person can ever cross. This seal turns every stolen sign into a foundation stone, and every tear your soulmate shed becomes a testimony of victory. Only the seed sown in love could unlock this seal, and you have done that. Now receive the full measure of my shielding. Listen closely, for these are the 3 words your soulmate has been fighting to say through the wall, the words the enemy tried to destroy. I love you. I have always loved you. And I will not let the darkness keep me from you any longer. Those words are alive in your spirit now, a fire the intruder can never smother again. The third person is silent, bound and banished from your connection by the authority of the sacrifice you made. Your soulmate stands before you in the spirit, hand extended, future wide open, and no force in heaven or earth can hide them from you again. Stay in this peace, stay in this love, and walk forward knowing the wall is gone forever.